Hello, my name is Abby Dolan, and today I will be discussing the importance of data analytics in the energy industry. This video will address the different types of data, particularly big data, that different energy companies deal with on a daily basis. I will start by highlighting why data and data analytics are not utilized to their fullest potential within the energy industry. Next, I will dive deeper into two specific branches of the energy industry, electricity and oil and gas, to discuss how data is collected and what it can be used for to create more efficiency and better decisions for their companies on organizational and consumer levels. Finally, I will wrap up by talking about the future of data analytics and what the energy industry can do as far as next steps in order to make data analytics a plausible and essential functionality for organizations in the future. Many countries around the globe, such as India and the United States, continue to face increasing costs related to inefficiencies in electrical energy distribution and consumption. Electrical consumption is a segment of the energy industry that is receiving more attention for its wide array of uses in data mining, as well as analyzing this data to make more informed decisions as a consumer and as an organization. It is estimated that 27% of households are eligible for energy savings, but do not realize it. 5 to 15% of these energy savings can be achieved by detailed feedback of where consumption is most prominently used and making changes to their usage habits without making changes to the appliances themselves. Prioritizing data collection and analytics from these various mediums, such as smart grids and central servers that collect electrical usage data involved with electricity, can help consumers and companies receive this detailed feedback that can lead to an abundance of benefits such as energy savings and more effective and efficient decisions. Companies and consumers can use the V's of big data as a framework to identify where data can be collected and analyzed. Volume deals with the amount of data collected and handled. The electricity industry is facing storage issues due to the large amounts of big data that is transmitted through various servers and power grids. It was calculated that the amount of electricity consumption data collected once every 15 minutes by 1 million smart meters a year will be around 2,920 terabytes of data. Organizations and users should use this vast amount of data to organize and look for patterns that would yield potential savings or operational efficiency opportunities. Velocity addresses how often the data is collected. In order to get the most optimal amount of data to analyze, collection and processing tends to range from sub-second to 15-minute collection intervals. The variety of data helps consumers and organizations determine the different types of data that would be useful for analytics. Structured data includes items such as energy consumption data and appliance usage data. Semi-structured data includes exchange data over different mediums that deal with vast volumes, including smart meters that measure electrical usage from various appliances, and grids that lay out how electricity is distributed. Unstructured data has risen in importance in recent years due to the increased usage of social media and other forms of technology to bridge communication between electrical companies and consumers. Data from these mediums includes social media posts on various websites, emails from customer service representatives, and text messages that can alert customers of their current bills to be paid or if there are any power outages to be expected. Finally, the value of all this data collected for analytical purposes can be used for business decisions, marketing strategies, operation efficiency, and energy savings. Understanding the value of data with respect to the other three V's of the big data framework will help those collecting and analyzing this data see where it would be most useful for future success, higher efficiency, and greater savings for consumers for better acquisition and retention. The oil and gas industry is a highly dynamic field that deals with various forms of big data. Studies show that data analytics is not as prominent in the oil and gas field as it could be, despite the vast amount of big data that exists for analyzation purposes. All aspects of the value chain, including exploration, production, and procurement, work with large amounts of data that affect operational efficiency, costs, and different performance measures for various pieces of machinery and equipment. These companies would benefit from implementing stronger data analytics processes to determine how they operate and perform at various levels throughout the organization and where they could improve on some of their processes through various metrics provided by machinery, equipment, and various drilling wells. In addition to machine and equipment measurements, data can also be analyzed by geophysicists and other scientists to determine where they are most likely to locate oil to process through the rest of the value chain. These companies use data analytics to look for patterns in sets of seismic data and performance metrics based on past drillings in these particular wells. Studies also show that oil and gas companies can use data from their wells to create an image of the Earth's layers down to 35,000 feet below the surface. The data analytics behind this process allows geophysicists and others within the company to find patterns of where they will strike the most oil rather than digging or exploring in rocks with no knowledge of whether or not they will be successful. This new data analytics and imaging process with seismic data will increase the likelihood of success while using equipment and machinery more effectively and promoting cost savings throughout the process. Oil and gas companies can also use the Visa Big Data Framework to determine how data can be collected and analyzed to look for patterns and to make effective decisions regarding their processes. The data collected can also be used to determine how companies use, maintain, or replace their machinery and equipment when necessary. The volume of big data grows rapidly each day, with new insights to track processing and storage solutions, while also tracking how wells, machines, and equipment are performing. It is expected to continue to grow at a rate of 60% annually, which may yield issues for storage in the future until oil and gas companies find effective means for storage and analyzation. As far as the velocity factor, companies are able to collect data from drills and other pieces of machinery in real time for accurate and up-to-date patterns and results. There is a variety of structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data that oil and gas companies can collect and analyze for patterns or for decision-making purposes. Structured data includes performance metrics from machines and equipment and seismic data numbers. Semi-structured data would include how this information is transmitted through a variety of servers, as many oil and gas companies work on global platforms. Unstructured data also comes from results of machinery and equipment, including reactions to different seismic activities or through different sensors on the equipment. Data gathered and analyzed helps companies make more informed decisions for when to replace or maintain certain pieces of equipment, for drilling in appropriate areas, and how to allocate costs more effectively. Data analytics in the energy industry is growing in importance due to the large amounts of data that exist, a need for efficient decision-making in operations, and the inability to store all pieces of data if all pieces are in fact not necessary. Energy industries, including electrical and oil and gas companies, should partake in a mission that shifts to a data-driven focus and train necessary parties to collect data and pull patterns in order to create greater transparency amongst data items, to make more adequate decisions, and to establish more efficient processes and operations in order to generate cost savings. Data analytics using big data is possible by ensuring proper training, getting updated technological resources, and fostering a culture that promotes the criticality of data analytics. Implementing these factors in data analytics practices are likely to promote longevity, continuous improvement, and ultimate success for the energy industry in the future.